So as you are all well aware, I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, but there is some information going on out there that I guess I should talk about. I guess I should give my 2 cents on, because it seems like very tangible information. A company who makes products for the Nintendo Switch current system is saying they have inside information for the Nintendo Switch 2, and they are making products designed with the Nintendo Switch 2 in mind. So we're going to take a look at all this stuff. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on what I think about this and all that sort of fun stuff. But before we get into the meat and the potatoes of this video, I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor. You know what I hate? Passwords. You have to have a password for everything. You have all these devices, they all need passwords. All these accounts, they all need passwords. Some of the passwords have to have a capital letter in them. Some of them have to have a symbol in them. Some of them have to have a number in them. And then you're supposed to remember all these passwords and remember which account that they go to. There has to be a better way. There has to be an easier way to make sure that these passwords are safe and that you can remember them. And there is, with today's video sponsor, with Keeper Password Manager. Keeper is the most secure, certified, tested, and audited password security platform in the world. You can rest easy knowing that your accounts are protected with full zero trust and zero knowledge security. It works on every platform you have and every device. Keeper actually supports passkeys too. Plus, you can easily share logins with friends and family using their hyper-secure sharing capabilities. Amp up your online security with strong and unique passwords for every account, and make your life easier with cross-platform functionality for every device. You guys can get a massive 40% off personal plans right now by using the coupon code RGT40, or give it a test run with a free 30-day trial. You'll find a link in the description box down below. Passwords might be a pain, but thanks to Keeper Password Manager, they're making it a lot easier. Thanks to Keeper for sponsoring today's video. Alright, you ever heard of Mobapad before? Like, they made some weird controller for the Switch. Like, I don't think it's bad. Like, that D-pad looks kind of weird, but this is a company that makes accessories for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, there's a million companies out there that make accessories for the Switch. They do pro controllers or pseudo pro controllers, all sorts of fun stuff. So you're looking at this website, and this is their website, this is their homepage. You're kind of like, well, okay, well, they obviously make stuff for the Nintendo Switch, but what are they saying about the Switch 2? Well, that's where things get very interesting, because they have a litany of things to say about the Nintendo Switch 2, because although it's kind of tough to find it on their website, there is a blog post here that was put up on the 28th, so 2 days ago, exclusive insights into Nintendo Switch 2, what to expect. And they just talk about everything here. We, like everyone else, are eagerly anticipating accurate information about the Switch 2. In the process of developing the next generation console controller, Mobapad has acquired a lot of first-hand information about the Switch 2, and we're here to share it with everyone. Right then and there, that's kind of a red flag to me, because I feel like you're putting a target on yourself, especially if you make accessories for the current Nintendo Switch console. But, like, why would you put this out there? Like, what is the benefit for you as a company to put this information out there, if it is indeed true, if you're not just trying to get people to check out your website? So we have a very crude image. I have better images of the Switch 2 here, but they go down a laundry list of things, so let's just go over it. The Switch 2 will continue to support existing Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller, still equipped with the ALPS dual-axis linear motors for HD rumble. So I already don't like this, because I think the existing Joy-Cons stink, but that does kind of lead to believe that there will be a new Joy-Con, which we'll talk about in just a second. The cartridge slot of the Switch 2 will support backwards compatibility with physical Switch game cartridges, ensuring compatibility with players' existing game libraries, including digital versions. However, the second generation cartridges may not be compatible with the first generation console. Well, like, no shit, Sherlock. Like, you're not buying a PlayStation 4 game and then playing it on your PlayStation 3. Like, I don't know. That's a weird thing to say, in my opinion. But hey, you know what? There's good information there, which we'll summarize in just a minute. The new version of Joy-Con has a larger volume, and the sliding rail structure has been changed to magnetic suction. There's a little ASMR for you. The SL and SR buttons are metal buttons. Magnetic suction is achieved through electromagnetic suction technology, controlled by electric current. Sounds dicey. It's worth noting that in addition, the L, ZL, R, ZR buttons on the sides of the Joy-Con controller, a third button has been added on both the left and right sides. Additionally, below the home button on the right Joy-Con, there's an additional function button. Well, what's the button? What does it do? You're not going to tell me what it does? That's a little bit disappointing. The bottom of the Switch 2 will still feature a USB-C port for docking. And the next generation dock will undergo minor changes in appearances while enhancing performance, supporting 4K resolution. So, that's something we've talked about before on the channel, where, you know, games will probably be like 1080p, but they could be upscaled to 4K. That's obviously very contingent on things like the dock being slightly different than the dock that we have now, DLSS technology, upscaling, what, you know, FSR, upscaling, whatever it is. You know, upscaling, I think, is going to play a pivotal role with the Nintendo Switch 2 because it's already playing a role, albeit a bit of more of a minor role on our current Nintendo Switch. So I feel like that's a good thing, and that's something that we have heard time and time again. The new dock will feature a dampening bracket on the back, allowing for a greater range of adjustable angles, and the screen will be upgraded to an 8-inch display supporting 1080p resolution. Now, there's stuff to look at with that as well because of the fact that they're saying a 1080p resolution, but not an OLED screen. They're saying, you know, there's new buttons being added. It's going to have 4K on the dock. It's going to be backwards compatible, you know, all of that sort of stuff. All of that sort of stuff, which honestly, I feel like every Nintendo Switch owner wants it to be something like that. I don't think a lot of people want them to reinvent the wheel with this system. The reason the Switch was successful, especially at the launch of the system, was that it was unique, but you got a great library of games and a very easy way to play them. The whole thing about the Switch that I've been saying for the past few years is, we just want this thing to be a little bit stronger. You know, we want this system to be able to play games up to 4K. We want this system to be targeting 60 frames per second instead of 30 frames per second, especially with a lot of third-party games. So Mobapad is saying all the right things. They're saying everything that we want to hear with this. Backwards compatibility, 4K, and a dock that will help enhance things, a 1080p screen, not OLED, but like we've said before, all LCD screens are not made the same. Okay, there's lots of variations in those screens. The screen in the Switch is essentially from 2014, so we've had 10 years to sort of, you know, go about this and make screens be better. And when you look at things like screen technology and stuff like that, it's obviously grown a ton. So all of this is hitting all the check marks for me. I'm like, great. This is great. This is exactly what I want. There's one problem here. Who the hell is Mobapad? Like, once again, let's go back to their website here and look at their products, because it seems like they're a bit more of a newer company. They made a controller here that nobody really likes. They made another one here that has panels on it. This one seems to be okay, a bit higher rated here. But like, who is this company? What do they actually know about anything? Like, why should these people be believed over anyone else, you know, over some random Tom, Dick, and Harry? Your store is done by Shopify. Like, nothing wrong with that, but that does kind of, you know, pull up some question marks for me. But then you kind of get to looking like even deeper into Mobapad. And when you type in Mobapad here, I probably should have done this like on screen so you're not looking at the side of my ugly face here. But when you type like Mobapad, you know, let's just pull it up because I'm freaking struggling anyways here. When you type Mobapad into Google, you see one thing that should be a little bit suspicious. So you see their website here, you see that they're on Amazon, but you also see right here, AliExpress. So is this just like some random company, you know, possibly of Eastern descent, that seems to be, you know, thinking that they have something decent here. Like, you know, it looks like they're a bit of a newer company as well. Most of the reviews of their products are from roughly like a month or two ago. So how does this company that seemingly popped up out of nowhere have all this information and be willing to talk about all this information? That, my friends, is what we call a red flag. You know, I honestly feel like they're talking out their ass. You know, it's nice to think and hope that this is something realistic. It's definitely nice because all this hits the major check marks. But a small company who just started making peripherals for the Nintendo Switch, they have the inside information for the Switch 2. They're already making stuff for the Switch 2, which hasn't been formally announced yet. They have all the inside information and no one else does. Like, I don't know, man. This to me is just essentially taking information that's already been out there on the internet and then acting like, oh yeah, we got that insider stuff. Like, it could be true. I'm not trying to discredit Mobapad or anything like that. But when I look at the bigger picture, when I look at, you know, the quick turnaround time of this company seemingly popping up out of nowhere, their product reviews being less than like a month old and stuff like that, like, how much inside information could you actually have? I'm just proposing a question. It's for you to decide whether or not you think it's true or not. Let me know in the comment section down below, though. What do you think about all of this? Is this something that you would like to see? Do you think that Mobapad has all the insider information, or are you a little bit more skeptical about this? And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Be sure to check out our video sponsor today, Keeper. If you are tired of passwords, because I feel like everyone is, be sure to support the brands that support me. There's links in the description box down below and the pinned comment. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Go Knicks! Later.